Hello and welcome to Pabbly Connect. So today we are going to discuss the latest feature, the latest update shared by OpenAI. So OpenAI has recently launched their Assistants API. Using this feature, using this Assistants API, you can basically create an assistant-based API bot in your OpenAI account, and you can connect that bot with any platform, any applications of your choice. Now here, this Assistance API update is now available inside Pabbly Connect as well. And today we are going to see how you can use this OpenAI's Assistant API inside Pabbly Connect. So as you can see on my screen, here I have just created a simple workflow where I have selected Telegram bot as a trigger application. And basically I have connected my Telegram bot with Pabbly Connect and captured a response, a message which I have sent to my Telegram bot. Then after that, here you will see once I have received this message, I want to send the message which I am sending, which the user is sending to my Telegram bot. I want to send this message to the AI assistant which I'm going to create in my OpenAI account. So before doing that, let's create an assistant in our OpenAI account. So we will go to OpenAI, and here from the left sidebar, here you can see this section of assistants. Just click on it. Here you can see right now I have two assistants in my OpenAI account. To create a new one, just click on this create button and give this assistant a name. For example, I would like to name it as PCAI test. This is the name which I want to give. You can basically give any name of your choice. Then after that, it is asking us for the instruction, that what is the instruction you want to give to this AI assistant. So let's say I want to give this assistant an instruction like okay, so this is the instruction which I have wanted to give to this AI assistant which we are creating. After entering the instructions, the next thing it asks us is the model. And here in this dropdown, you can see a list of all the models offered by OpenAI. So out of all of this, which particular AI model you want to use, you have to select that. Let's say I want to use GTP4 1106 preview. I want to use this model for these threads, this API assistant which we are creating. So I have selected that. Then after that, you have an option to add some functions. Do you want this code interpreter tool with this AI assistant or not? You can select that. Like, let's say I don't want a code interpreter over here in this assistant. That's why we have turned this off. And also we have this retrieval option. What is this retrieval? Retriever enables the assistant with knowledge from files that you or your users upload. Once a file is uploaded, the assistant automatically decides when to retrieve content based on user requests. So let's say you or your users who are communicating with this AI assistant bot which we will be creating are sharing some files. So here, if you select this option, if you enable this option, then after that, this bot, this assistant, AI assistant which we are creating in our OpenAI will decide whether to get the content from that particular files or not. So let's say I want to use this retrieval function, so I have enabled it. Now, if you want to upload or add any kind of file over here, you can do that. But right now, we are not going to upload any file over here. And then let's click on this save button. Now, as we click on save, here you can see just now we have created an assistant inside our OpenAI account. Now, after creating the assistant, what we have to do, we have to basically create a thread. And under that particular thread, all the conversations is going to happen with this AI assistant which we are going to create. Now you must be thinking how you can basically create a thread. So to create a thread, we will go to this playground section from here. And after coming to the playground, here you can see in this option, by clicking here, we will see a list of all the assistants which we have created. Out of all of this, we have to select the assistant which we want to use. So just now we have created this PCAI test, this particular assistant. So let's select this assistant over here. Then after selecting the assistant, the instruction, the model, and all of these options are selected by default. Now after this, what we have to do, we have to start this thread by sending some kind of message or some kind of information. So let me send some kind of data, some kind of information related to some topic for which we are creating this AI assistant. So I have already copied some information related to Pabbly Connect. Let's say I want to create this AI assistant for Pabbly Connect. So I've entered the details, some information related to that, and we will just click on this add and run. Now, when we click on this add and run button, here you can see if you click on this logs button, on the right side, you can see all the logs over here. And under these logs, you can see all the information which is happening right now. So here you can see this cancel run button. If you see this option, this means it is processing this data. And after processing the data, it has now changed to this run button. So right now what has happened, we have basically sent some kind of data, some kind of content to this AI assistant over here in this thread. And in response to that, this PC AI test, this particular assistant has basically sent us some response. So basically we have sent it the data and it has processed the data and sent us this response. Now after doing this, here you can see on the stop section, you can see this thread ID. So this is a unique thread ID which we will be using in our automation workflow as well. So here in this thread, you can see all the questions, all the things which you want to ask related to Pabbly Connect, you can ask in this thread. Let's say I want to know something like what is a workflow. I have asked this question. After giving the information related to Pabbly Connect, I'm asking it what is a workflow. And here after sending this message, it is going to process this message and then it is going to give me a response related to that. So let's wait for the response over here. And we have received the response. So here you can see this assistant told us a workflow in the context of Pabbly Connect and similar automation platform is a series of automated actions that are triggered by a specific event. Essentially, it is a predefined set of tasks that are performed without manual intervention. So it is somewhat correct for the information which we have given. So in this way, this complete thread is going to work. And using the use case, using Pabbly Connect, in this video, we are just connecting this thread with our Telegram bot which we have created. This means I will be sending some questions or the users will be sending some questions related to Pabbly Connect to this Telegram bot. And then in response to that, using OpenAI's assistant, it is going to basically get the response from here and then it will show the response back to me. So this is the kind of automation workflow we can create. Now in this video, we are just discussing this use case as an example. But basically you can use this OpenAI's Assistant API for any use case or with any applications of your choice. So let's see how you can use this Assistant API inside Pabbly Connect. How you can use this thread which we have created inside Pabbly Connect and automate the tasks related to that. So first of all, we'll just come to our action window after setting up the trigger. And here in action, we are going to search for OpenAI. Just select it. After selecting OpenAI in action event in the drop-down, here you can see a list of different action events. Out of which there are some action events like, for example, create assistant. So the assistant which we have created just now, this, you can actually use or automate the process of creating this assistant as well. Then the next action event that we have related to Assistant API is create thread. So just now we have created this thread over here in our OpenAI account. But if you want using this action, you can create the thread. Then we have this create message, create run and retrieve message. And these are the three actions which we are going to use in this video. First, what we have to do after creating this thread, we have to create a message. So we have selected this create message action event. Then just click on connect and select add new connection over here. Now here what we have to do, we have to enter the API key of our OpenAI account. So we have to connect our OpenAI account with Pabbly Connect and for that we have to enter the API key. Now to get the API key, we will get back to our OpenAI account and from the left sidebar, we will go to this API key section. After coming here, let's click on this create new secret key and let me give this key a name. For example, I'll name it as Pabbly Connect. You can give any name of your choice and click on create secret key. Now as we click on it, here you can see the API key of our OpenAI account. Just copy this key from here, go to Pabbly Connect and paste it over here. And after pasting this, just click on save. And as we click on save, we will see our OpenAI account will get connected with Pabbly Connect. After making this connection, this action event of create message, it basically asks us the first thing and that is the thread ID. That in which particular thread in our OpenAI account we want to create a message. So we have basically created this thread with some information and we want that all the messages which we are sending in this automation workflow should be sent to this particular thread only. We are building the automation for this particular use case. So we have to basically copy the thread ID from here as well. So just copy it from here or you can copy the thread ID from the URL section and then paste it over here. So in this way, we are telling this action step that we want to create a message for this particular thread. After it, it is asking us for the role. So in role, we have currently only one option of user. So we are going to select user And then it is asking us for the content. That what is the content? What is the message which we want to send to this thread? So we have basically received the message. We are basically receiving the question or content from Telegram. So here we are going to map the message received from Telegram bot in content section, because that is the response, that is the question or the message we want to send to this thread. So from the drop down from Telegram responses, we are just going to select the response of the message which we have received. And as I told you, we are just taking an example of Telegram. Instead of this, you can use Webhook or any other application, any other platform of your choice. Then it is asking us for the file ID. So if you're using some files in your thread or you want to add some kind of files, you can select the files from here as well. Right now, we are not using any files in this AI Assistant API which we are creating. So we can just ignore this field for now. And then just click on Save and Send Test Request. Now, when we click on Save and Send Test Request, here you can see it has basically created this thread message. So in this particular thread, it has basically created this message which we have entered in content section. But this is not the last step. After creating this message, what we have to do, we have to basically run this message as well. So here you can see we have two options over here, add and run, and we have add. So right now we have just added a message. We want to run this message as well. For that, we are going to add another action step of OpenAI. So we will just scroll down, click on this add action step button over here. And then in choose app, once again, search for OpenAI. And this time in action event from the drop down, we are going to select the action event as create run. So first we have created a message. Now we are going to create a run over here. We are going to run that message through the thread. Then just click on connect. Now because we have connected our OpenAI account in the previous step, we don't have to make a new connection. You can select the existing connection and click on save. After clicking on save, the first thing once again it asks us is the thread ID, that in which particular thread we want to run a message. So here we have received the response of thread ID in the response of previous step. After creating the message, like here we have manually pasted the thread ID, but after creating the message in the response, you can see we have received the thread ID that in which particular thread this message is created. So we can basically map the response of this thread ID. So from the drop down, from create message responses, select the response of thread ID and map it. Then it is asking us assistant ID. So it is most likely possible that in your OpenAI account, you might have created multiple assistants over here. So which particular assistant you want to use in this thread? So in this dropdown, you will see a list of all the assistants which you have created, and you can select the assistant of your choice. Let's say we have created this assistant of PC AI test and we want to use it. So we have selected that. Then after that, it is asking us for the model. So using which model you want to basically run this message. So once again, it is asking us this option. Let's say I want to use GTP4 model over here, the best one right now. So we have selected that. Then it is asking us for the instruction. So while creating this assistant, we have basically entered some instruction. But if you want, you can enter the instructions over here as well. And these instructions entered over here will override the default instructions which we have given over here. But right now, we don't want to give any new instructions to this particular assistant, and that's why we can keep this field blank. And in tool type from the dropdown, we have two options, code interpreter or retrieval. So if you want, you can change the option, change the setting from here too. But right now we don't want to make any changes, so we can just ignore these two fields and click on save and send test request. After clicking on save and send test request, here you can see we have received the response. And in this response, you can see the message which we have created or the message which we have sent to this thread in the previous step, that particular message is run. And then here you can see the status of this message right now is queued. This means the thread or the assistant API or the assistant which we have created over here, it is right now processing this message in the thread which we have created. Now it can basically take up to 60 to 90 seconds to process this message. So what we are going to do, we are going to add a delay. Before we get the response of this particular bot or this particular message, we are going to add a delay of, for example, approximately 2 minutes. So just click on this add action step button over here. And then here in choose app, search for delay. Just select delay over here. After selecting delay, here it is asking us how much delay you want to put in workflow. So here from the drop down, we are going to select delay for. In units, we have selected minutes, and in delay value, we are going to enter 2 and just click on this save and send test request button. In this way, we have added a delay of 2 minutes in our automation workflow. So after sending this message, after running this message, what we have done, we have basically added a delay of 2 minutes. And after 2 minutes, what we have to do, we have to basically use another action of OpenAI. So I will just copy the step from here, the previous step which we have created, and I will paste it below this delay step. After delay, what we have to do, we have to basically run the action event of retrieve message. So just now what we have done, first we have created the message, then we have created a run for that message. Now what we are going to do, we are going to retrieve the message. So just select this retrieve message action event, click on connect, and then select the existing connection and once again connect your OpenAI account. After connecting it, this time the only thing it asks us is the thread ID. And here in the thread ID from the previous step of create run, we are going to map this response of thread ID, and after mapping it, just click on save and send test request. Now when we click on save and send test request, here you can see we have received the response. And in this response, you will see the response of this assistant which we have created in OpenAI for the message which we have sent. So from Telegram, we have received a message over here that was what is Pabbly Connect. And for this particular message, the thread, the assistant which we have created over here, it has given us some answers, some message, some response. And this is the response over here. Here you can see this data 0, content 0, text value. Here you can see the response. Pabbly Connect is an online automation tool that helps users connect and integrate various applications and services to automate complex workflows. And here you can see all the other answers, the complete long answer as well. So in this way, what we have done, we have basically created an assistant inside OpenAI, and we have basically generated a response from that assistant for the message which we have sent on our Telegram account or our Telegram chat. Now after this, what we want to do, we want to basically send the response, send this answer or message given by OpenAI back to our Telegram chat. For that, we will just scroll down, click on this add action step button, and we are going to add the Telegram step. So we are going to select Telegram bot as the action application. And after that, in action event from the drop down, select send a text message or reply. Then just click on connect. And because we have connected our Telegram bot in the trigger, that's why here we don't have to make a new connection. If you need any help connecting your Telegram account, Telegram bot inside Pabbly Connect, we already have a lot of videos on live on the channel. So you can refer to those videos as well. And then just click on save. Now when we click on save, we will see our Telegram bot, the same Telegram bot which we have connected in trigger, is now connected in action. After making the connection, it is asking us chat ID and text message. So in chat ID, we have to mention the chat that in which particular chat in this Telegram account we want to send the message. So here you can see in the trigger response, when we have received the message from Telegram bot over here, we have received a response of chat ID and we want to respond to this same chat. So we are going to map the response of chat ID from trigger in this action step of Telegram as well. So from the trigger responses, select and map the chat ID. And here in text message, we want to give the message, we want to mention or send the message given by OpenAI. So here from the drop down, we are going to map the response received in this retrieve message action over here. After mapping both of these details, all of these fields are optional, so we can just ignore these fields for now and click on save and send test request. And when we click on save and send test request, we will see we are basically sending a message on our Telegram chat. So we will go to a Telegram account, and here you can see to this bot, we have basically asked this question of what is Pabbly Connect, and it has basically sent the same question to OpenAI's Assistant API. And using this content, using this thread, it has basically generated a response too. And after generating this response, here you will see, we have basically sent the response back to the same bot in Telegram. And for this particular use case, we have simply created this whole automation workflow. Now, after creating the workflow, let's ask this bot another question. Let's say I want to ask this bot, what are the features of Pabbly Connect? So let's ask this question to this bot. So we have basically sent the question to this Telegram bot. Now, because we have added a delay of 2 minutes in our automation workflow, we will see within 2 minutes, we will get the response for this particular message from OpenAI. So using this automation, the Telegram bot's message will be sent to OpenAI's Assistant API, which we have created. And then after that, the response will be received from this API, this assistant over here in OpenAI. And then we are going to send that response back to Telegram bot. We will check the history of this automation workflow and we will see the automation workflow is triggered and it is now on the delay step. So after completing the delay of 2 minutes, it will be sending the response given by OpenAI to our Telegram bot as well. So let's wait for 2 minutes over here. And yes, after 2 minutes, here you can see we have sent this question that what are the features of Pabbly Connect, and exactly after 2 minutes, like at 17:26 we sent the question and at 17:28 we have received the answer by the same bot automatically without any manual effort. So the answer is Pabbly Connect offers a robust set of features designed to automate tasks and integrate various applications seamlessly. And here you can see all of the features given by the OpenAI. So basically we have created an assistant inside OpenAI, and using Pabbly Connect, we have connected that assistant with other platform, with other apps like Telegram over here. So this was the complete section, complete use case of OpenAI's Assistant API for this particular video. But Assistant API has a lot more functionality and use cases which we will be covering in the coming videos on this channel. So stay tuned, and now as you know that how you can connect Assistant's API inside Pabbly Connect, you can basically connect Assistant API, OpenAI's Assistant's API with any platform, any applications of your choice and create the automation workflows for yourself and for your business. Also, if you want, you can share the automation workflows with Pabbly Connect team or Pabbly Connect's Facebook community as well. So this is it for today's video. Thank you. Have a great day.